Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you that weren't in the session before, my name's Brad Kerr. I'm the Director of Digital Learning at LabTech International and also the General Manager of LabTech Academy and also a virtual TVET trainer of trainers. We're going to cover three things today, and one of the things, first of all, is Internet of Things. And that is that, they're real-world applications. IoT and digital twins is what's being used in industry today. So it's very important that what we look at in TVET and training is that it's got to be relevant to industry. So that's very important. So we're going to be looking very quickly at that. Then we're going to look at some XR technology, specifically AR being augmented reality. Again, that immersive learning, it's hands-on practice is very important. And you can use digital for hands-on practice as long as it's interactive. So that's very important. We're going to look at that, and some of you will experience that. We've got Tess and Daniel over here on the side to help you there. Mr. Nyoman there will be doing the IoT. And then we're going to look at virtual TVET skills. It's a skill-based learning management system. And again, a bit different to what we call an academic learning management system. A skill-based TVET learning management system is where you're putting things like gaming technology, interactive simulations, where you're interacting with the screen inside a learning management system. And we'll actually demonstrate that very quickly, and some of you can interact with that also. So very important here that we'll get started straight away. So I'm going to hand over to Mr. Nyoman, who's going to be demonstrating the IoT technology, which is using a digital twin. And what that is that that's where you have digital content controlling the physical. You can be anywhere in the world. It's controlling it remotely. So you might have a quick example here is the teacher sets the faults on the physical trainer, which reflects on the digital. You've got 20, 30 students resolving that on the digital. Okay, so over to you, Mr. Nyoman. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brad. My name is Nyoman. I'm in charge for the factory operation of LabTech. So I will share with you the technology. This one is very close to the topic of digitalization of the future of education. So in this demonstration, we will show to you how the implementation of Industry 4.0 in education. So in this trainer, this is the electric vehicle system simulator, which is a simulation of electric vehicle. So in this simulator, we have all components, parts, electrical system, and control system of electric vehicle. Exactly, it's very similar to what in the real vehicle. So that one is simulated both in the hardware like this, and also we have the simulation as well in the software. So this is the simulation of the software. We can simulate to the student. So this software can be standalone. So the student can use the software remotely in the classroom, or they can bring it to their house. So they can study from the house. And then once the time comes for the student doing the experiment and the assessment, they come to the classroom, for example, 20 students. They can run the system, the trainer, together with the teacher. Teacher can explain to them what the function, what the troubleshooting that can be done in the electric vehicle. And then this teacher also can do the assessment to for the student. This is a quick demonstration for the software simulation. We just, like in the normal car, press the brake pedal, press the power, and then we can increase the speed like this. So we will see how actually the energy flow, the electrical energy flowing in the electric vehicle. And when we brake, then energy comes from the wheels to the battery. And this one is the simulation. We also have like Mr. Brad explained, the remotely control. So we can control the hardware remotely from the software. So this one, in this case, For example, we can increase the speed of the vehicle like this. You will see that the speed is increased both in the software and as well in the trainer. So I also can do that remotely by using the laptop, for example, like this. I can control it only by this one. Oh, Mr. Brad,
Yeah. So when that was controlled here, it started up. So anyone's most welcome to come forward and have a look. So everything you do here is reflecting on here. Same vice versa, works both ways.
And then we can break from here also. It will be stopped like that. And also, this is the remote control. We can also do it in the local control. So this one is the local control. So we can control manually from the training system itself. Let's say increase the speed. So the speed and the software as well will be increased. You can the speed there increase, and then pressing the brake will stop the vehicle. So that's so the good thing for this is actually we have the assessment here. That's very useful for the teacher and student with the fault simulation system. Okay.
Thank you. I mean,
yes.
unfortunately, due to time, but we're
Okay.
actually on the stand, on stand number 9, because I want to move on to the next activity. And that is that already giving you an idea, in Australia, they're using this same system to train over 1,000 technicians. And these are existing automotive technicians, right? But interesting enough, it's an electrician that's training automotive technicians. So there's this cross-skilling, re-skilling happening all the time too. Okay, moving on, I'll just get Yeoman to connect this up to the LabTech Academy. Thank you very much, Yeoman, for that. And as I said, we'd like you to come and experience that on our stand.
Screen, yeah.
I'm going to connect up now. And if I can just get Tess and Danielle to get some of the tablets here and walk around amongst you. And so you can experience the AR application. So just going to connect up here so you can see. And connect this one up. Now, this is where I can place and what it's important here is that quite often expensive equipment, like an electric vehicle, like a CT scanner, like an MRI. Now, if you can place that equipment in the room, right, that's augmented reality, that's XR technology. So we can place that in the room and actually look at it operating, look at the components, set the defaults, try and troubleshoot. It's very powerful that way. So, as I said, we're just going to walk around and show you. So I'm going to try and display this on the screen here for you. Just bear with me.
So this is actually how the student doing the process of reassembling the engine of the hybrid vehicle. So just drop it down so in the correct sequence. So if the student doing it incorrectly, then it will be saying wrong component. So that's the way. So this 65 method for student not to install in the wrong way. Otherwise, maybe the engine will be not running and not functioning.
Yep, thank you. working before. Testing 1, 2. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so there's my electric vehicle in the room here. I can actually turn it on, press the brake pedal, power, accelerate here. But I actually can go right down into detail. I can walk around it. Okay, so this is very powerful. This is what's being used in industry all the time now to look at, so there you can see we're in the room, we're placing it in the room, the electric vehicle. There it is. So again, I can make it bigger, lock it, walk in right in close, and it's a detail. Okay, so it's another way of actually, quite often, as I said, a lot of institutions cannot afford the expensive equipment. This is one way of being able to show people how the digital really works, how that equipment works, but in digital format. Okay, so we have this in automotive, air conditioning, refrigeration. I'll just show you a quick one here. I'm looking at the time here. So here's one where this is an air handling unit. Okay, it's a bit fuzzy there, but probably because I'm moving too quick, but it's in a lot of detail if any of you are having a look on the tablets. So I can go to manual here. I can actually change things, control things here in the controller. Sorry about my not now. Just change that. Okay, so again, I've got the detail of an air handling unit, fully operational. I said that the resolution is not the resolution, it's the resolution of the projection. So if you all get a chance to have a look at, if you want to come to our stand, you can see it and play around with it. Okay. Okay, and then I'm just going to now go to the LabTech Academy. Here, so this is the one where we had, open, great, thanks. So this is where you can learn about how things operate also, but it's a 3D on a 2D screen. So I can actually control things, interactive, and this runs through a learning manual. I can rotate it around here from different angles. Okay. I've also got here, I can actually look at how it's assembled and disassembled. Okay, so if I say I want to put it all back together, but I want to watch it how it comes apart now. Okay, I also have an assembly disassembly. So here, this is a formative assessment. They can actually drag and drop and put it together in the correct order. Of course, if they get it wrong, that says wrong component, you can get a hint that tells them it's the crankshaft, but they've got to find it still. So they're learning, and we want them to do this till they get it 100% correct. We're finding by the time they get to the workshop, they're getting through things. Teachers are saying over 30% more quicker getting through understanding the real thing. So not only it's the importance of this, but the safety side of it too is very critical and important. So again, that interactive side can now be run through a learning management system. That's why we call it a skill-based learning management system, because they're learning a skill that they're applying to the actual real physical workshop and lab. Okay, I think I've got through it. As I said, hopefully some of you got a chance to have a look at and play around with the AR there. If not, please visit us. on stand number 9. You can actually experience it yourself. Thank you very much for your time. I've got 13 seconds to go. So I might just show you one more thing quickly here. So in our skill-based learning management system, we have a complete background theory, which can be turned into any language, right? A searchable glossary. Here, I'll just go through. So we have component identification. I'll just open that one up while it's loading. We also have, everything has a pre-test and a post-test. So we want to pre-test everyone before they post-test, after they've been through the material. The average with teachers and instructors around the world is, would you believe, around 50% pre-test. Post-test, the average is 92% after they've been through the material. That's teachers. Or about, I'll use this with the survey we did was 7,000 users, right? Of that, 12% were teachers. The figures came out very much the same. So here, I can get the components, I get a description, I can rotate them around and look at them from different angles, right? So here, this is very important that they get to see, and it's realistic. Okay, looking at from different angles. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that. Yes, you did. So please visit us on booth number 9 if you want more details or want to play with it yourself. Thank you. We've got 5 minutes to clear everything up before our next.
Hello. So next there'll be Enuma, and we need a few minutes to get ready. So you're more than welcome to stay, and we're going to continue with the next.
Tony, pa-switch nung, nung laptop niya sa LED. Okay, thank you. Sige, pakibalik. Stage manager. Stage manager, please. Sir,
It's working tech. Let's start.
that's the feedback.
Nag-feedback kasi. Hindi siya pwedeng
That's the feedback that I'm saying.
Because it's joining the computer, the laptop is joining the Zoom. So if ever that is gonna play a sound, it's gonna be bouncing back. So you're gonna bounce back so that we have a feedback. So I advise him to put the Zoom here, and then the audio will came to his own laptop.
Join us from here.
Yeah. I'm having the feedback.
Then is it okay? Okay, great. Thank you. It took some time. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hyun Hong, a manager working at an edtech company called Enuma, where we aim to create the best digital learning products that enable all children to learn independently and successfully, regardless of any learning difficulties. It is our greatest pleasure to demonstrate Enuma School. As you can see in the screen over here, it is an application, a comprehensive learning solution designed to maximize engaged education for young children. So to directly introduce you to an eye-catching experience of the application, let us give you a small demonstration of a classroom that uses Enuma School and walk you through how this program is designed. So I assume that some of you would have some tablets in front of you. While we wanted to bring as many tablet devices as we could, we asked for your understanding of the short number of devices. For the participants who have a tablet device in front of you, we would highly appreciate it if you follow along as a student. And for those who do not have tablet devices, including the participants online, of course, it would also be great if you could follow along by looking at the screen in front of us. So now, let us think that we are in a classroom. And with the
We need to reshare the screen again.
we share the screen. Okay.
Just give us a second.
Yes, please just give us a second.
Reshare this one. Stop share.
Okay, so
Stop share. Okay, and then we try to reshare again.
so
Share the screen again.
I should share it again.
Then this one. This one is allow sound, right?
Yes.
Okay, you click it that and then share. Just give me a second.
The sound should be showing in this room also. Okay. Okay, I'll just begin while we proceed. As an example of a school setting, some schools use about 15 minutes of their time in the morning to play an application before their regular class schedule. So let us imagine we are in that school setting, starting from now, and the students are playing Enuma School. Now, for the students who have a tablet device in front of you today, let's turn on your devices. Could you turn on your devices, please? Okay, great, thank you. And start playing from where you left off by pressing the start button. So when you turn on your devices, you could see the screen over here, and you would have to press the start button. So when you sound isn't great. Okay, thank you. So the password for this class is square triangle. So you could click on square triangle. Now, did everyone press the class password and come to this screen? Everyone is okay. Great, okay. Now we are going to press the game library button at the top over here. So this button. And from here, I will give you about 4 to 5 minutes to freely play the math and English games. If anybody has any questions, please raise your hand and we will be there to help you out. Now, for the participants, who do not have a tablet device today, let us play some games together. When we go inside the math game library, there is a game called Mango Shop. So this is the game called Mango Shop, where we can learn to add and subtract by moving the fruit from the box. So for example, we have the numbers 8, 2, 3 here. When we want to add the numbers, the student can move the mangoes around like this to group the mangoes and make it into a box of 10 mangoes. By regrouping the fruits around, the student can visually understand how to add the numbers. So can anybody tell us what is 8 plus 2 plus 3? Anybody? Yes, there you go. It's 13. So when you put the numbers like this, it will be the correct answer and it will go to the next game. So there is another game called Eggs for Sale. I personally love this game myself. When the student can, yes, when the student can learn the concept of multiplication by this game. So when you play this game here, the game is simple. The monster here wants to sell eggs, and the students are here to help the monster count the eggs using multiplication. So now here, the monster is looking for 12 eggs. When you scroll down and click on the eggs, the students can see how the numbers are made. So you can visually understand how you multiply the two numbers and make it into 12.
3 times 4 is 12.
And the monster got the 12 eggs. There is also another game called in the English subject, where we can go inside the same game library. And there is a game called Sound Train.
Sound Train.
We can learn how to pronounce the alphabet and read a word. So when you start the game, the monkey pronounces the word.
Math.
By clicking on the blocks below, you can listen to what the alphabet sounds like. And then when you put them on the train, let's make the word.
Math.
The train combines the letters to make a sound and a word. By listening to the sounds and combining them, the students can understand and have fun learning phonics. There is also another game called Sentence Bridge, which is a game that helps the vehicle cross the bridge by completing the sentences. So, for instance, the student will first
We made an igloo last winter.
listen to the sentence. And by listening to the word inside the sentence, the student has to fill in the bridge with the correct alphabet. So let's try to make the bridge.
We made an
And the
igloo
car went to
last
the next
winter.
stage. Okay, so
You
now
had
the
a
time
good
is up
time
for
last night.
today's class. Let us close our tablets and start today's class. And that would be just one example of hundreds of Enuma School class demonstrations. I will show you another video here. Oh, this doesn't need sounds. Yes. So as you have seen by playing one of our fun games, Enuma School is an engaging, learner-centered program that teaches students foundational learning through a fun game-based curriculum. The program provides individual learning experiences through quizzes and leveling activities to ensure children start at the appropriate level and learn at their own pace. However, the most significant design that Enuma School emphasizes is how it can engage and motivate students to lead their educational journey. Through the tightly scaffolded curriculums of games, videos, and books, Enuma School shows that learning can be fun and encourages a love of learning that goes beyond their age. So we have seen together now how the students experience and engage with the app. You might now wonder how the solution supports teachers. And we will show you how it supports teachers. So while the students use Enuma School, the student progress is sent through a web-based tool called the Enuma School Learning Management System, the LMS, which helps administer classroom management and give detailed information about the student's progress. For example, in the LMS, there's a tab called Class Summary, which you can see in the screen here, where the teacher can fully view the student and their progresses. By using this tab, the teachers can look at the information, like the list of students who have completed fewer lessons than their peers, or students who failed unit tests and may need additional support. Using this information, teachers can easily identify students and teach those who need assistance. When you see over here the All Students tab, there is also an example where the teachers can notice which learning competency each student is at by looking at the objectives listed inside the LMS. So for example, the student here at the top is at level 7, unit 1, which teaches reading words, specifically 5 to 6 letter words. And there is also a feature where the teachers can recognize the details needed to educate many students and better teach in a classroom by looking at a student's progress report for each subject. Lastly, the remarkable aspect of Enuma School is that it has been designed for use in a variety of settings, from schools to non-school settings, including class sessions to extracurricular programs. For example, there is a use case where Enuma School was used in a regular classroom setting. For these photos, our classroom in Malaysia, where Enuma School was used in a regular class schedule with the structured class design. In the case of an extracurricular program, we have some photos from Indonesia, where the app was used for 30 minutes a day as a catch-up program for a remedial classroom settings with students with special needs. Lastly, Enuma School is also used in a community-based learning context, where we have photos from the Philippines using the app for community-based learning activities. Given how flexible Enuma School can be, we are pleased to present that it is a tool for children to engage in learning, regardless of any learning difficulties or environmental situations. So that is all for today. Thank you very much for your time. And please please feel free to stop by our booth in the main hall and also our carousel session at the next hall if you have any further questions. And we wish you the best opportunities and experiences within this wonderful forum. Thanks again for your attention, and we will see you in the next sessions. Oh, and for those who have the tablet devices, could you please bring it up to the desk so that we can bring the tablets? Thank you very much.
Everything is good.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I hope you're well.
Don't worry. Sino yung next?
Excuse me, ma'am. Can we try?
Oh, ito, nag-tech run kami nito. Ito, okay. Ay, naku, naka-macbook.
May damage siya, may damage.
Ayun.
Meron? Okay.
Yes. Ay, di, kailangan ng landian.
Welcome, everyone. We've got some devices that we would love you to be able to use, but only people sitting in the front 2 rows at the tables will be able to be part of this demonstration. So we have 20, so we'll probably move some chairs up. So if you'd like to come forward, that would be fantastic.
So we're going to be playing quizzes. So all of you are going to be playing these quizzes, okay? So don't get so serious. It's okay. You're not going to get an exam or fail or pass over here. So don't be okay. They're called class copy stickers. Just enable. And just to say a very simple thing about these, they were completely offline with our software.
Yeah.
So I'll just hand you guys over these stickers to close up the session. And this is go with you. So
Check.
and I promise. Very easy. People too. Oh, okay.
Okay. So gone are the days of Zoom when we used to come across different countries in a flip of a second. So yesterday I was in India presenting the solution in Bangalore, and I took an overnight flight and I'm in Manila today. It took me 16 hours to be here because there's no direct flight from India to Manila. I was surprised. But anyway, I hope that it will change in the future, but I'm excited to be here. Good afternoon to you all, esteemed guests, distinguished colleagues, and fellow visionaries. Today, we'll together embark on an intellectually enriching journey to understand the future of education. Together, we'll explore how technologies like AI and IoT, IoT stands for Internet of Things, can really make the classroom environment more dynamic, more interactive, and do that without having schools to need internet connectivity. This is very powerful. Make the schools powerful, use technology, and make that possible without schools to requiring having internet connectivity. We've done that. I'm Pankaj Agarwal, founder and CEO of Tag-Hive. We're a Samsung spin-off company. And I'll tell you about Tag-Hive in a moment, what it is. Tag-Hive was founded in 2017. And I have a lot of passion for education. I have a lot of passion for technology. I believe that my sort of real core lies in the intersection of technology and education. And that's why I started with this company, Tag-Hive. Tag-Hive today is in around 5,000 classrooms. We work in South Korea and in India. And we're excited about bringing this to a lot of classrooms all over the world. Technology is super, super simple. We are also proud that what we have built today is world first. Clickers that you have in your hand, I don't have it with one with me, clickers, they are proven to be very effective tools for teaching and learning in the classroom. You have one in your hand, most of you. I have, thanks, Mr. So very simple device. Now, I worked in the innovation team of Samsung for a long time. I realized that innovation needs to be simple, to be useful. Innovation needs to be easy to understand. And that's what was the core behind this technology. And I think that what we have done so far is just the beginning, and we will really go far and make sure that our solution spans continents. So fundamentally, we should ask ourselves, what is the classroom of tomorrow? Imagine a space that is not limited by the physicality of walls, but is a crucible of learning, interactive learning. Imagine a space where learning outcomes are not anecdotal, but backed by empirical data. Learning outcomes are so important for us. Imagine a space where all the stakeholders have proper visibility and control over their educational processes. Now, this is not just a pipe dream. I've worked on it for 6 years with my team in India and Korea. And we have realized that through continuous innovation and technology integration, we are pioneering smart classrooms where every teaching moment is fully engaged. Every strategy is data backed, and every stakeholder is accountable. Welcoming to you to see Class Sathi. Over a video, we'll present to you what Class Sathi is. But for those of you who don't know, Sathi is a Hindi word, which means a friend. And the name itself is the main sort of philosophy behind this product. We want to build something that is a friend for a teacher, a friend for a student, a friend for a parent, a friend for administrators. Let's have a brief intermission for a minute to watch the video. Can we have the audio, please? Okay. I don't know why the audio is not playing. Tech help, please. I will try to, I'm also a tech guy, so hold on. I will try to do something here. Mute.
Responses globally, the numbers have said it all.
Great. Let's play it again.
Looking to maximize classroom engagement by 100%? Discover now with the Ideal Classroom by Class Sathi. Class Sathi offers you an easy-to-use secure Bluetooth clicker for each student along with an application. We give you 100,000 plus questions across all subjects and curriculums. Now, have fun with your classroom by instant actions by just a click away. Receiving fascinating responses globally, the numbers have said it all. Class Sathi enables real-time reporting with individual student progress and performance. Save time by simply viewing and downloading reports instantly. Come, let's see how Class Sathi is becoming the learning platform of choice for all schools around the world.
Noise. So this is what you see in the classrooms in India across all the states, starting from Manipur to Gujarat, from Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari. We have all the schools in almost all the regions in some numbers where we are making a lot of impact. We've also worked with governments of Himachal Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh very closely, and we have brought the program to their schools. And I think that Class Sathi, we can amplify pedagogical effectiveness and really maximize learning outcomes. We'll show you the impact report in a moment. So what is Class Sathi? Class Sathi has two broader components. One is inside the classroom and one is outside the classroom. Now, inside the classroom, Class Sathi is again having two elements. One is the clicker for each student. Okay, and second is a software for the teachers. As simple as that. And imagine when a teacher has taught something in the classroom, the teacher can quickly ask a formative question and students can respond. Now, my experience with Class Sathi has been very powerful in that I went to a school in Varanasi in India, and I asked a grade 6 class, what is the first number of the whole number series. The first number of whole number series. They were learning about numbers. Now, many students, we thought as teachers that students know what a whole number is and what is the first number of whole number. But they confused the whole number with natural number. My question was, what is the first number of whole number series? And they answered 1, most of them. But the answer is 0. So as a teacher, I was struck. Wow, I never imagined this to be such a simple concept to be not aware by the students. So I immediately fixed that. And I really became more confident about this technology that time. So we can really remove biases and really challenge our assumptions of what students have learned in the classrooms with this technology. And the most remarkable aspect of this technology is it works without internet connectivity. And this is not just theory. We have actually deployed it in classrooms where there is no internet connectivity. And it's worked absolutely fine. There's also a lot of features besides just the quiz and the polls. We have insights, analysis. We have the feature where teachers can give homeworks to the students if students have a smartphone at their home. We have also some interactive quizzing mechanisms for classrooms which have some sort of technology in there. But we also realized that this sort of unprecedented convenience and efficiency has enabled classrooms to become much smarter. Teachers save a lot of time in not having to prepare questions. All the questions are there on our platform. All the state boards in India have our questions. Their questions are on our platform. Teachers save time in creating quizzes. They save time in assessing students. And a lot of data, the student response is collected and then presented in a way that teachers can understand and take remedial action. Isn't this powerful? One particular idea, I talked to you about AI. We've used AI to really help teachers feel more empowered. And we launched a new feature called Sathi Genie just 2 weeks ago. And the response has been overwhelming. I'll show you a brief video of how it works and what it does. Okay, there'll be a sort of, I need this. You know what, I can fix this. Way to do this. Maybe not. They can upload any PDF. Isn't this awesome? This is Sathi Genie. We've used technology to really empower teachers not having to create questions on their own. They can just upload a PDF and the questions are there. Even if you have questions from other countries, they can just translate to any language. Of course, we have used a lot of AI APIs, but we have used it in a way that is useful to our context. And we have used a lot of prompt engineering to ensure that it works fine all the time. Okay, this is what is Class Sathi in the classroom with the software and the clicker. Now, beyond the classroom, students have their own personalized learning app. They can go to the app Class Sathi, which has been downloaded by around 400,000 students in India, particularly. They can practice any question. It is all personalized to them. And also there's a dashboard for administrators. Admins can now see how many students have solved homework, how many students understand a particular learning outcome concept. All of that is possible very easily with the dashboard. And our system, again, the student side, has a lot of features. We have content for grade 3 to grade 10 for all subjects for around 20 state boards in India. There are events, there are options of daily global challenge, daily task planners, and so forth, which really inspires the students to stay motivated. If I'm a student, I make a plan on my own to study tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, I'll most likely, honor that time and I'll study at that time because I set the time myself. That is the insight behind this task planner. And teachers can also see your plan and they can check whether you have studied or not. Also, for student app, we found that one of the biggest needs for students is doubt solving. Most students have questions and they are waiting for the tuition teachers after schools generally to answer those questions. That is time taking and that is also expensive. And many students sometimes feel embarrassed to ask questions as well. So we built something called Sathi Tutor, and Tutor is really powerful. It is live. You can download the application and use it for yourself. I'm here going to make a very bold claim, which is that Sathi Tutor is better than ChatGPT for students. Trust me, and I'll show you in a moment in a video. Thank you so much. Because our team, I'm sure some of our team members are looking at this presentation over Zoom, and they'll be excited about your applause. Thank you so much. So again, our journey has been a long journey, and I think it's a long way to go going forward. But what we've done so far is we have really built an ecosystem ground up. Initially, the idea was to just build a clicker and a software for the teachers for quick assessments. But as we did that, we found a lot of needs coming to us. Hey, do this, do that, do this, do that. And all our product features have been built by asking teachers, by asking students, parents, and admins. We've not built a single feature which is not vetted by the respective stakeholders. So what we have done here is teachers can quickly do a quiz, students can respond, teachers can assign homeworks, parents can also nudge their child. I'm also a parent. I really want to be able to help my child when he or she is in help. I have a son and a daughter, and I think our Sathi app can help the parents as well in a proper way to be connected with the students. Also, the admins get updates and they can feedback to the teachers. This cycle continues. Imagine PTMs happening in the school. They can actually look at this performance in class Sathi and talk to the teacher, talk to the parents, and make better plans for the students to improve. One more reason why I think class Sathi is very powerful, or particularly clickers, because it has been proven by research that clickers help reduce anxiety and also help increase the fun factor in the classroom. We have, in the other room here, just behind this wall, we have this small groups. We have only 10 chairs there, but we have 20 participants coming in and they're finding it so much fun to just be there and enjoy this exercise. And anxiety is not there because now students feel that their response is, they will not be called out, and it's a very low risk mechanism of answering the response. So we've seen that. We talked to a lot of teachers, students, and they find it very, very helpful. And particularly in India, on Saturdays, we have no bag days. You don't carry back to the school. On those days, they use it very, very effectively. They do all the formative assessments on those days. So far, we have powered around 3,000 classrooms in India across the region and 2,000 classrooms in South Korea. And we've received rave reviews. You would not have heard about us until today because we don't do any marketing. We use sessions of these kinds to reach out and work with partners. Most of our approach is B2B, B2G. So in the room, if we have partners who are willing to bring this to their schools, to their countries, we would be very, very happy to engage. So please do let us know. We see these numbers, yet we are very humbled and stay relentless in our pursuit of innovation in the space of education. Talking about impact, we found that the attention span or the attention of students have increased by 25% in the classroom. This is third-party data, by the way. The performance in maths and science improved by 3 times. We had a control group, an experimental group, baseline data, end-line data, and the results was very, very, very encouraging. This is what inspires us, all of us at Tag-Hive, to be really grounded and work towards this mission to improve the students' learning outcomes. And participation, which is the core to learning, is now 100% because every student participates. There's a lot of depth, and as I go deeper and deeper, I know I have over time already, but as we go deeper and deeper, we can talk for hours about why this is so useful. And every time I'm on a flight, I'm flying almost every day, I find people talking about new ways of this technology. Oh, this gives students a way to be very original. It sparks discussions. Those are discussions we are hearing from a lot of people who see it for the first time. And I think that the future of education is already here. And there's a small background video, which I okay. So I think with Class Sati, I have to pause this video. Sorry. So with Class Sati, I think we have taken the first crucial steps towards making an educational landscape that's not only more engaging and effective, but also very, very interactive. Before I conclude or rest my case, I would like to pause with all of you today to envision a classroom of tomorrow where every student is an engaged learner. Every teacher is a passionate educator, and every classroom a hive of active, targeted, and personalized learning. With Class Sati, we have taken the first few steps, but we need your support. We need your help to go together and make a huge impact. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We have a brief demo. I think we can play that. Do we have time? 2 minutes, sister? Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being so accommodative. We have, so what I'll do is very briefly, because I've talked so much about what we do. This is software that we have built. Very, very simple again. What do you want to do? You want to play, create, engage, or do more? Nishita, I would need your support to be, Nishita is my colleague. She is the one who has planned and made this product possible. Nishita? Yeah.
So hi, everyone. I think you have been seeing me around too many times now. Please don't get bored of my face. So a while ago, our founder, Mr. Pankaj Agarwal, he highly focused on engagement and everything. And today, I think we can experience that live. So all of you, can you please hold up your clickers? All of you have your clickers. They have green buttons. Mine looks colorful because I'm a teacher today. Okay, I won't boss you around, don't worry. So now we're gonna play a quick quiz. So imagine you are students today and we studied about, let's say, science today. I'm sure all of you love science, okay? I'm just assuming that. And now I want to understand whether that backbencher seat person has understood what I have taught today. So I open my Class Sati. My name is Min over here. So Miss Min has opened her classroom. She can play, create, engage, and of course, attend some pro features. But what I'm gonna do here today is simply play a quiz with you all. Now, I'm going to play a Brainiac quiz over here because I feel we all have good thinking caps on. Everyone is ready for their answers. I can see all you people here. So now, as you can see, I have a teacher clicker in my hand, which is quite colorful, and it resonates with this particular virtual clicker. So I'm going to press start right away on the clicker. All right, no problem. And as students of holding the clicker, you guys can answer your clickers right away. Just a second. You will not be able to play them right away. I will just simply restart the application for you all. Just a second. So it's okay, teachers can get late for classes like students do, right? So just gonna move this down here and quickly play the quiz again. No problem. So, yep. Yep. I will simply just log in to another account. So as you can see here, how seamlessly I can log out and log in without an issue. You have an ID and password as a teacher. You can switch your classes. All right. Yep. So I'll make sure that all of you are Bluetooth enabled over here. and I'll make sure to play the quiz. I'll just take 1 more minute over here to play a quiz because I really want to see. Okay, there we go. So all of you, please press either A, B, C, D, or E on your clickers. All right. So I can see if you look behind your clicker, you all have a number behind you. If you have answered, your number will be flashing green. Please answer your questions. Oh, I see a lot of greens happening. Good job. So what is the capital of France? Hey, no cheating. We were supposed to be answering the clickers. I'm kidding. Thank you very much. So now as a teacher, I will walk around over here, not be behind my laptop, and end the question. Can you all see who's number 4? You answered the quickest amongst everyone. Congratulations. We do have a small goodie for you, which I'll give you in a while. All right. But I also want to know how you can, what else can you see here? You can see the winners, all these lovely, beautiful children over here, and the statistics. Which student? So we have one student here who has answered 29. So I know that Sophia, I can go to her and ask like, what confused you? All right, I can ask her later because this is my data. I can always come to her later. So this is Class Sati for you. To know more about it, you sure want to come to us and ask about it more. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a lovely day. Please give your clickers back, and our founder will definitely end it with a thank you note. Thank you.
So thank you so much once again. I think it was a very, very brief demo. You could see that the moment we started the quiz, you all become excited. So with this clicker, the engagement goes to a very, very different level. And the software is designed to be so simple that it works in all conditions. And you could see that we had people at the back as well, such a long distance, and it was working absolutely fine. So we look forward to talk to you, engage with you. If you have any questions, to reach out to us. We have a booth as well, right at the front, in the front lobby. Thank you so much once again. We'll be here for some time. If you have any questions, or I'm not sure if you have time for questions. I also want to thank ADB, Jeffrey and Shanti in particular, for giving us this opportunity. Thank you so much.
We have one wireless microphone, please. Want to use a wireless microphone to talk, but is it better to talk here? If I use the wireless microphone, oh. We're going to play the video. What about the microphone? I'm going to use the wireless. Oh, that's okay. Is it better for you? The wireless is better. Wireless. If I use wireless, it's something wrong. Where is that microphone? Does this work? She said it's oh, wow. まあ、ここで喋ろうか、ほんなら。
Hello, hello.
We disconnect this one.
Okay, so we don't need this, right? This is the backup.
Yeah, we had this.
And then you have this. Yeah. Good?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And what happened to the screen?
Oh, it's okay. No.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So next up is AI Grow from Japan, and we're gonna hear. You're gonna also have an opportunity to participate in a classroom setting. Oh, actually, I'm gonna introduce Mr. Jun Takashima, who is the teacher, who will introduce the tool and do the demo session.
Thank you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jun Takeshima, teaching at Okayama City Sonan Junior High School in Japan, and also running the local nonprofit organization to provide educational program for schools. It's an honor to have a demonstration class today to let you realize how important and useful to use non-cognitive skill assessment for students and also for teachers and schools. I have been teaching English for 13 to 15-year-old students over 21 years at 5 junior high schools, including municipal local schools and one national school attached to the Faculty of Education of university. And now I'm in charge of making integrated studies curriculum dealing with the social or community issues, such as climate change education, human rights, or marine pollutions, or intercultural communications. And now, under this curriculum policy, it's very important to have the well-collaborated relationship with multi-stakeholders and also try to get the non-cognitive skills growth for students. So after I came across iGrow 4 years ago under the COVID-19 influences, I was so surprised and amazed with these non-cognitive skill tools. Because when students use iGrow, they can realize what kind of non-cognitive skills can grow or how it is now. And the teachers can realize how to grow them by creating the program for the students. Well, as I am just a school teacher coming here, and I'd like to get some help about the iGrow non-cognitive skills assessment, because I already try to ask my questions to my students through integrated studies program. I always ask them, how do you define your strengths and how can you develop your strengths through this program? And we teachers also have to try to face with the question that how can you define your student strengths and how can you develop your student strengths? So let's get some help from the video of iGrow, just for 2 minutes or so. This is the explanatory video by iGrow IGS.
iGrow is a tool designed to address barriers between different cultures and provide personalized, non-cognitive education. It's built with advanced algorithms that detect and correct biases, establishing a universally applicable approach to non-cognitive education. With iGrow, educators can choose from 25 different non-cognitive skills, allowing them to customize their approach to the unique cultural needs of their students. Let's now explain how to use iGrow. Students will use their smartphones or tablets to deepen their self-understanding through 3 assessments. First up is the personality assessment. Students will answer questions about their own character and tendencies. Next is the competency self-assessment. Students will objectively evaluate their own skills and features. Lastly, they will undergo peer assessment, evaluating their cooperation and empathy in daily life. The initial assessment takes approximately 1 hour, while subsequent evaluations are around 30 minutes. By taking our time with these assessments, each student can gain a deeper understanding of their own personality and skills. Through these assessments, what kind of information can be obtained? And how can the extensive information obtained from iGrow be effectively utilized? Let's take a look at the teacher's dashboard. First, here's a student profile. It contains a detailed analysis of each student based on their self-assessment and peer assessment. Learning styles, growth records, areas for improvement, and self-peer gaps are recorded in separate tabs, making it a valuable resource for guiding students. Moving on to the class management section, you can learn about the class's overall characteristics and each student's leadership, innovation, and 3 types of thinking skills. With individual student abilities recorded on a map, it becomes easier to select the ideal candidates for grouping based on development purposes. Finally, there's a statistics page. Here you can view competency distribution, personality distribution, and the network. In the network section, you can see relationships among students, such as who evaluated whom, who was evaluated by whom. Since students can choose their evaluators during assessment, this helps ensure that no student feels isolated within the class, allowing educators to provide support where needed. In summary, by using iGrow's information, educators can focus on specific, non-cognitive skills of students, thereby promoting both academic improvement and personal growth.
All right, thank you. So today, you have the handout like this, right, in your hand. Can you take a look at this, please? This is an individual feedback report for you. Right after you took the iGrow on the screen, you can get this information when your test finished, completed. And usually this information will be provided on the screen by data, but today, just to understand easier, give you the handout. So let's take a slight look at the individual report. We have some important information for students. First, at the left corner, you can see the personality assessment. This is a personality assessment using the Big Five, which will be the very essential for human makeup. For example, students can say, my open-mindedness is, it's not so high than I have expected. Why? Or maybe students can say, my neuroticism is a little bit neutral than high because maybe I'm basically kind of a shy person. Like that. Students can think and do something, try to do something about that. And the second, you can see the competency evaluation at the left corner. You can compare the competencies, the last one and this time. So in this case, blue graph is the this time result, and the gray one is the last time you took the iGrow. So you can compare with your own competencies with graphs and scores. And on the right side, the top, you can see competency profile. Actually, students love to read this part because it's easy to understand with the portrait and the words of wisdom by a famous person. For example, Mother Teresa, Newton, Gandhi, or Tokugawa Ieyasu in Japan, like that. Also, they can get some competency advice from the 4 dimensions: cognitive, individual, interpersonal, and community-based. And the next is competency summary with 4 windows. This should be taken a close look because students can change their own behaviors after they take the iGrow. At the left corner, you see recognized by all. This means your competencies are recognized by yourself and also your friends, your classmates. The next one is the unrecognized by you. So this is competencies recognized by your classmates or friends, but you are not well recognized about that. And left corner, unrecognized by others. you recognize your competency is high, but just you think about yourself. Your classmates or friends that don't think like that. And the last one is your potential. It means I'm recognized by everybody, including you and your friends. So when you see this outcome about the competencies, you can think about what I should do. I'm thinking that I'm a very communicative person, but not so many of my friends think like that. Maybe I need to be more positive when I talk with my students, or I need to join my classroom more positively. Students can think about their own non-cognitive skills to improve or change. And the last three, you can see the competencies in development. Here is the competencies that you can easily grow than other competencies based on this personality assessment and via AI analysis. Here you can get the information about the competency that you can grow easier than the others. So provided this information, students can think about themselves individually first. Reflection time for students. Next slide, please. When students have an individual report, now on paper, but usually, as I told you, on the data on screen, students think about this by themselves. It's an individual time. So I'd like you to think about this just like my students. So first, which competency do you want to grow the most? And why? And the question two, what behavior or action is taken by people you know who have that competency? Maybe you can think about your close friends or your teacher, or maybe your family member who is good in that competency in the behavior level. And the last three, how can you take similar action in your life? Now you got this information about your non-cognitive skills. So in your daily life, at school, in the classroom, or when you join the community activity or at home, what you want to do to change yourself? So I'll give you a few minutes to think about it. So first, take a close look at the individual report and try to see, oh, this is my non-cognitive skill this time. And try to make some memos or something about these questions. Individually, please. Okay, I'll wait for you for a few minutes. First, it's important to take a close look at your own individual report. And then what can you see, especially based on these three questions? Can you go back to the individual report? Individual report, yeah, here. For the first time students took this outcome, it's a little difficult to see the information. But now my students continued doing iGrow 3 times in 1 year. So my third grader students have already experienced it for 8 times. So they can easily understand the information about their non-cognitive skills, and they can verbalize it on handouts or on tablet. Personality, non-cognitive skills. Especially the first grader, aged 13 or 12, they always try to talk a lot, chat. Hey, I am Newton, how about you? Oh, my competency score is not good, how about you? Like that. But we teachers always say to my students, don't talk. It's your individual time, reflection time. If you have a question, just raise your hand and call teacher. And we try to put a focus on facing with themselves about non-cognitive skills. Okay, then individual time finished, then what's going on next? It's quite important to talk about the non-cognitive skills with friends. When you verbalize the non-cognitive skills, you can realize it and you can change and grow it. So in the classroom, I made pairs with classmates and they can talk. If possible, can you talk with your neighbors about your own individual report today? What kind of information you got and how can you change or improve your competencies based on this today, just based on this? I'll give you a few minutes. And if it's okay, can you start with a short self-introduction with your neighbors, please? Hi, I'm from wherever. And then my self-report says, and I'd like to think, yes, please go ahead. Just talk about your own self-report with your peers or in your neighbors. It's kind of difficult, but please try. What can you see from your individual report? Today, I have 6 kinds of different reports. maybe the same one to both of you, but I guess the different version. Which competency do you want to improve? Do you want to change? And why you chose that competency? And what behavioral action is taken by the person you know who has the high competency of that? And how can you take similar action in your life? Okay. Then after peer time, talking in a peer time, we move on to the whole class time. Next, please. Teachers only can get information about the class non-cognitive skill situation. So for example, in my class, overall, you are very good and take a high competency in logical thinking and self-efficacy. Why we have good competency here? And students can exchange ideas, or we can share some ideas. Maybe we are doing good job for a sports festival or some extracurricular activities. We always try to make a good discussion. Maybe that's why. But we also need to improve our flexibility. According to the data, it has some room to improve. So our classroom share the question. For example, next please. What can we do to improve the competency of our class? As one class, as a kind of a team, what should we do to improve our competency? And exchanging ideas, or students can watch the video, educational video made by iGrow. They also have the Grow Academy. So by exchanging ideas, sharing ideas, and looking and referring to the educational video, we classroom try to think what we can do. So this is the whole time. So individual time and peer time talking, and then class whole room time. Next, please. I go back to the first question. And students should think, how can you define your growth and how can you develop your strengths? And repeating this kind of learning activities with the students can try to improve their non-cognitive skills consciously. For example, try to volunteer for community activities, or trying to join the discussion in the class more positively than the last time they did. And also teachers can change. When students try to improve their own non-cognitive skills, teachers also have to do something. What should teachers do? To create and challenge making a project so that students can enlarge their non-cognitive skills with nice stakeholders collaboration or good reflection for the students. So in conclusion, I'd like to say school teachers can make better use of non-cognitive skill assessment, iGrow by IGS, and students and teachers both can grow non-cognitive skills. I think it's really amazing. In Japan, I think public junior high school still feeling kind of hesitate to use this kind of data because they feel difficult. But I don't think it's difficult because we school teachers are professional for teaching or promoting students to, to promote their non-cognitive skills. But about the data or tool, we should get help and support from educational company. So that's what I want to say about iGrow. And I hope you got more interested in iGrow and visit the booth and talk. Thank you very much.
Okay, next up will be PhET simulations. Thank you.
If there's three, it's fine.
So this is working, yeah?
Test, test. Hi, before we get started, please know we do need to use the tables. So I would strongly encourage you to come sit at the chairs at the tables. And if there are not enough chairs, bring your chairs up. That's okay. We can have like 6 people per table. That's totally fine. We're going to do something hands-on. So please consider moving. We would love to have more people come to the front and sit around the tables. We're going to be like teachers and students for real. Nobody's going to judge you. We're going to treat you like 8th graders. So please feel free to come to the front. And if you're not interested in the middle of it, you can get up and go. I'm not going to feel badly. I will feel badly if people stay in the back. That will make me sad. So please feel free to bring a chair and come around a table so that nobody is alone. We have more spots up here too, and we can put more people at the tables. We're going to do a hands-on activity, so please feel free to move closer. Great. Cole, will you just let us know when it's time to start? All right, I'll just let you know. I know we're Ed and Iris, give me thumbs up if we're ready to start. Are we ready? Yeah. Okay. All right, good afternoon, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started. Some of you might have seen my little pitch earlier today. My name is Rebecca Vieira, and I am the Director of Global Initiatives at TVET Interactive Simulations. Just to give you a tiny little glimpse of who we are a project in the physics department at the University of Colorado Boulder in the United States. And we were started as a project by Dr. Carl Wyman, who won the Nobel Prize in Physics. And at the very peak of his career, he realized nobody understood what he had dedicated his whole life to. And so he wanted to then dedicate the rest of his career to education research and helping people to understand
physics, hence PhET for Physics Education Technology, but we've since expanded into all the sciences and also mathematics. We've got more than 160 simulations, and critically, they are all free to students, free to teachers from the web. So there's really not any reason not to use them. There's no disadvantage. So I'm going to actually take a moment to introduce the other people in the room. I am previously a physics teacher myself, but I'm no longer teaching, so I wanted to bring in some more recent experts. Ed, go ahead.
Good afternoon. I'm Ed Lorico from Arellano University School of Education. With me is my former student. She's presently a graduate student from Ateneo University. So today we will be exploring static electricity using guided inquiry method. So I need you to pretend to be a grade 8 student. Okay. So I prepared 2 activities that will help us understand what is static electricity and what causes static electricity. For the first activity, you need a balloon and some pieces of paper. I think you have in your table. Okay. I want you to rub the balloon against your hair, or you can ask, if you don't want your hairdo to be destroyed, you can ask Iris to lend you with the muffler. It's made up of wool. Then hold the balloon and put it against the paper. What happened to the paper? They dance. Sir, what happened to the papers? It is attracted to the balloon. Why do you think the pieces of paper are attracted to the balloon?
You got to rub your heads really hard. You got to like put some effort into it. You're not trying hard enough.
Okay, what happened to the pieces of paper?
It seems like there's a magnet.
So if you want to answer, please tell us share your answer. What do you think happened to the balloon when you rub it against your hair or with the muffler?
Got attracted to the balloon.
Okay, so we will answer this question again after the simulation. For the second activity, you will be needing a gadget and an access to the simulation. So you can scan the QR code. So if the application is ready, okay. So this is how the application would look like. So you have a balloon, then a sweater. Okay. So is everybody ready? Okay. I want you to click Show All Charges, Reset Balloon. So click on these buttons. Then the wall should be showing. Okay, ready? Is everybody ready? Okay. So this is how the application would look like. So you need to show all charges, reset the balloon. So don't click on remove the wall. So we need to show the wall. Okay. Is everybody ready? Okay. I want you to focus on the balloon. What do you think is the charge of the balloon?
Positive and negative.
Yes, sir. It's neutral. Neutral. Why do you say so? Okay. That is that one. That is. Don't mind the picture then. Neutral. Why do you say so?
It has the same number of positive and negative charges.
Okay. Probably you're the top student in my class. Okay. There are 2 charges. What are the 2 charges in the balloon? The positive and negative. How many positive charges are there? 4. How about the negative charges? So what is the charge of the positive? That is positive. plus 4 minus 4 is equals to 0. 0 is what kind of number? It is neutral. So all objects are neutral. Okay, next. Hold the balloon and rub it against the sweater. Okay, what happened to the balloon? What happened to the balloon? Okay, I want you to focus on the charge. There are more negative. Very good. So, how is the balloon charged? How? What did you do? You rub it. So when an object is rubbed against another object, so what kind of charge is transferred? The negative. Please take note of that. The positive charge cannot go out because it is in the nucleus. Okay. So the electrons in an atom are located outside the nucleus. So when you rub it, the negative charge are attracted to a certain object. Okay, let me give you an added information. There are some charges that are attracted to electrons. And there are some objects that easily give off electrons. So what kind of object is the balloon? Is it an electron getter or an electron donor? The balloon. So it gets the electron, while the sweater, what happened to the sweater? It gives electron. Okay, I want you to pull the balloon in the middle. Okay, ready? Release the balloon. Okay, I like that sound. Woo! It reminds me of my class. Okay, so what happened to the balloon? Why? So what is the law of nature with regards to positively sign and negatively charge? Unlike charges attract and like charges, okay, try to pull the balloon against the wall. So take note of the charges of the wall. So what happens to the charge when you place the negatively charged balloon against the wall? So is there repulsion or attraction? Take a closer look. Why?
Repulsion, because like if you are going to put it there, it will not go to.
So observe the negative charge in the wall.
Yeah, it is there, so further.
Okay. Okay, so it is attraction. Okay, I want you to recall your experience in activity 1. What do you think is the correct explanation for the balloon being attracted to the pieces of paper? So what kind of charge is present in the balloon after you rub it against your hair? Very good. He's really my top student. And the paper is attracted to the balloon because it has a positive charge. Okay, based on your experience, what do you think are the advantage and disadvantage of virtual simulation in teaching science? What do you think are the advantage and disadvantage? Easy to, why do you think so, ma'am? It's very visual. Concepts that are very abstract can be easily understood. The more senses you involve in learning, the easier for the student to learn. I will call on Iris for the conclusion of the session. Thank you very much.
Hi, good afternoon. I would like to talk about the benefits of the PhET simulation. What else did you see apart from being visual? What else did you see in the simulation? I was talking to one of the participants, and what you could notice is that there are things you can't see in the real objects, but you can see in the simulation. For instance, the charges. So that will help the students understand what is actually happening and make sense of what is happening. And then another thing that I like about PhET simulation is that students are allowed to explore on their own with very minimal guidance. And then when they discover something, that's how they learn. And that's how they remember. It is very helpful for the teachers to do that, to allow them to explore and discover, and their learning will be meaningful. All right, so there are also comparisons between the simulation and non-simulation lessons, because this one gives us a sharing of their own ideas. How? Because they get to show the others, look at what I did, and look at what the others did, right? They can compare, and also not just recalling facts, but they make meaning out of what they learn. Okay, so I hope this is very useful. You can get our Find PhET in the website. Thank you very much.
We do have about 3 minutes in case anybody has any questions for us. Any questions? Curiosities? No? All right. All right. Well, thank you so much. Feel free to chat with us if anybody has any. Yes.
Is it open for all?
Yes. So everything from our website is free. It's also downloadable and can be used offline. The one and only thing that does have a cost is if people want an app version on a mobile device. But I will be honest with you, you can even download the apps individually, just the HTML5 files for free, even onto a phone. You can even SMS message it, the simulation, to somebody. And as long as you have on your gadget a web browser, whether or not you're connected to the internet, it will still work. So some people just download all of the simulations. You know, some people want to use the app. The app is 99 cents and it supports our ongoing maintenance and development of new simulations. So we always welcome that, but it's not necessary and should not be an obstacle. We do also provide some professional development support, like the wonderful demonstration you just saw from Ed and Iris. It's not just about using the simulation. It's about moving towards active learning approaches. And that is compatible with many different resources, not just PhET simulations. So,
okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We're not done. We have one last session, which is virtual. And that virtual session, the screen will be shared in a moment, is by Engagely. It's a platform, it's an online platform, innovative for interactive classroom learning. And we're gonna basically display a QR code, which you can scan and go to the platform and explore it for yourself. So, we also send notification on the app, on the event app. You can go there and click the link as well. Okay, so this is the last session. Enjoy. Were you able to join? Did it work? Okay, let us know. please enter your name in whatever format like you like, and you don't need to sign in. You just need to put your name and then you can join.
on the right-hand side, and it says, what is flexible learning? Now, if you click on that, your answer. So there's a box there and it says, what is flexible learning? Now, if you click on that, flexible learning, that's a good start. Great start. So have a think about what is flexible learning. Flexible learning, and we welcome your start. Great start. Just a couple of words, a phrase. So have a think about what is flexible learning.
I'm wondering what flexible learning is.
Great start. Just a couple of words, a phrase. Have a think about what is flexible learning.
I'm wondering what we've got.
Just a couple of words, a phrase. Think about what is flexible learning. Don't know your key word. Excellent. I like that answer. Just a couple of words, a phrase. Think about what is flexible learning. Don't know your key word. Excellent. Provides for us.
And people can like answers as well, I believe.
Yes, for us.
Yes. Participants can do that, not just. And people can
yes,
like
that one. There we go.
Answers as well, I believe.
Yes, for us.
Participants can do that, not just. And people can.
All right, I think so. Be aware that that's there. You can put answers
as well.
When we start talking about it, you might want to put some of our answers. So that's fine too. All right, I think let's move on. Be aware that that's there. You can put answers as well when we start talking about it.
And thank you for people coming and contributing. And while we've got for a little bit, we're then going to and thank you for people coming and contributing and involvement. And so we would like to encourage. We're then going to give time to thank you for people coming and contributing and so we would like to free. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about our experience and what we see flexible learning, what it is and what it is in our context. And for us, flexible learning really extends beyond just offering choices in learning modes and environments and approaches. We kind of see it, really at its core that it's a mindset that actually transcends traditional boundaries. That's why I kind of said, well, is inflexible, is that what we see as traditional? And why that's important is because what we've seen is that to have that mindset about being able to set up flexible experiences, that's when you're most successful with your students, with your learners and with the work that you're doing. So really to provide a genuine learning experience. So I'm just going to reiterate, I sort of see that, it's really a fundamental belief that all learners, so this is what we have to kind of come at this with, that regardless of their background or their circumstances, actually deserve that high quality, authentic educational experience. And for some of that is also about really the mode that students, that learners are coming to us from, and believing that we can have equivalency across, particularly online and what we might call offline or on campus or whatever that might be. So I'm just going to go to my next slide. And this slide that we put together here is really the place where Julie and I spend most of our time, which is, we do a lot of online teaching and learning, and that's fairly specific to the sort of the university context that we're in Australia. Our university is very much an online university and has been for a long time. And I know that we've all now had a lot of experiences with this, during the pandemic and being remote. So what we're suggesting, something we've been looking at, is really making sure that the asynchronous experience is as good, if not better, than what the synchronous experience might be. And by doing that, we talk about having a digital first approach to our learning. And one of the things that we've really been very excited about with Engagely is the asynchronous experiences that can come from the type of the platform and the way it's been designed. And we've found with our students that they're very much finding that wonderful asynchronous experience in Engagely that is so similar to a synchronous experience just makes their learning just so much more enjoyable and engaging for them. So that's just to give you a few things to think about in terms of flexible learning and how we're coming at it. So really, just to reiterate, it's a kind of, you think about it as a mindset more so than just providing options or choices, which now Julie's going to talk a little bit about. So I'll hand it over to you, Julie.
Thanks, Lisa. So we've started to come to an understanding of what flexible learning entails, but let's explore its key success factors. The research Lisa and I have done has led us to identify 3 crucial attributes in a flexible learning environment, and these are here in this Venn diagram: flat learning, access, and choice. Now, these attributes are interrelated and are equally important in both synchronous and asynchronous learning settings. They also collectively contribute to equitable and personalised flexible learning and to empowering students. Let's have a closer look at these. So flat learning emphasises maintaining connections beyond synchronous experiences and fostering a non-hierarchical learning environment. I talk about flat learning a lot when I do global collaboration, because as you know, different time zones mean that we can't always be in the same place at the same time, the same virtual place at the same time. So the responsibility for flat learning falls on both teachers, who can promote social learning for knowledge co-construction, and also on students who actively participate and collaborate. Then we have access. Now, access grants students the freedom to decide when and where they learn. So this is a concept that's allowing content, ideas and collaborations to be readily accessible, and it challenges the necessity of learning only on campus or synchronously. Access also embraces open and inclusive learning design, leveraging educational technology for the use of multimodal interaction and engagement. And finally, choice. Now, choice starts with the teachers providing students with options, such as assessment topics and submission methods. So not everyone wants to do the same topic or have the same method of realising that assessment. And students should be able to choose their preferred learning mode and how they interact with learning materials. This includes multimedia, to be flexible in the way this is offered to them. So, flat learning, access, and choice. Now, we're going to go to a quick table activity, and when we distribute the documents, at your table, you will be able to see what is on the screen here. And I want you to have a quick discussion, a little discussion with the people at your table and review the choice, access, and flat learning. In fact, you can go back to the slide, the PDF share if you like. I'll go back to that slide and you can write on the document, add any pluses, minuses, or anything interesting that you might be able to say about each of these. Or if you only have time, perhaps just choose one of the attributes to talk about at your table. All right, I'm going to open the documents now.
And we're going to set a timer for about 5 minutes. So you'll hear a timer go. And it's running.
Hello, everyone. I've just joined your table. I can see Anne is here, and Tim, and Susan, Jose, and Rodolfo. I'm just wondering if you've started a discussion yet around flexible learning. Oh, okay. Diane. Okay, we're up on the big screen, are we? Okay. All right then. Well, this is not, that's great. That's great. It's not conducive to what we planned for a table discussion, but you get the concept of what we're trying to do here. Yes? Yeah. Oh, great. Okay, we've got a couple of minutes. Absolutely. If there's any questions, happy to answer them. Okay. All right. Let's see. So anyway, the facility to share a Google Doc or a Microsoft Word doc is a fabulous facility, and it just provides that interaction when you're sitting at your tables. Okay, thanks, Anne. I might jump to another table now, okay, and see how they're going. Thanks, Liz. Right, thanks everyone. I see Lisa is still at table 2. There must be a great conversation going on there, but we'll bring you back to the main focus here. And it was great to have a chat with Anne, who has this up on the big screen. And I believe this activity we just did, I think you understand the concept of it, but given that most of you, if not all of you, were actually in the same room, it wasn't quite as authentic as if at least half of you or most of you were virtual, okay? But the facility of being able to share docs and move around tables is fabulous with Engagely.
It was interesting from my side, Julie, because I was on a table and I could hear you talking in the background, which I knew was not the table, and apparently it was because you were on the screen in the room. So Okay. All right. Well, that's all very interesting. All right, Lisa, I'm going to go to the next slide, and I think you're going to talk through this. Yeah, and I've directed everybody to view the PDF again, but we've kept the table documents open for you, and you'll see there's a tab kind of across the top that you can click between your own view. What we'd like to do now is share some of what you were talking about, or if you didn't get a chance to say it and you'd like to share it with us by using the Q&A. We are suggesting that somebody from your table, now there was only I think we only had 3 tables in there. So, I mean, I'd be happy to hear from everybody or hear a wrap up in that Q&A. And I think Sam was going to put a question. Yep, share a short summary of your table discussion is in the Q&A. Oh, great. In table 40, we've got we've got a bit of a blurb in there about flat learning. Do you see that, Julie?
Yes, I do. I do see it. I'm just wondering who that is. I know it's anonymous, but that's exactly the field that I work in, flat learning and global collaboration. So I'm delighted to see that response in terms of contribution and also understanding the concept. Thank you for that contribution. Okay, I think we're running out of time, so we might just keep things moving, Lisa, so people can keep.
Yep, no problem.
So,
okay, so just to kind of wrap up, because this was just a bit of a brief intro to Engagely and with the sorts of things that Julie and I are interested in. We've got a quick slide here that points to some of the things we've been doing, which includes the Engagely blog, and we have a podcast and a session that came out just today about flexible learning. So if it is something you're interested in as well, of the research that we've been publishing, and just a final slide for Engagely, and we're happy to answer any questions. And we have some Engagely people here too that can answer some questions if you would like to ask them.
thanks, everyone. It's your participation. Go ahead. If you do want to ask the question, press the hand down in the lower control line. That brings you up to the podium.
Oh, we've got Sam's come to our podium.
Okay.
Hi, Lisa. Hi, Julie. Thank you very much for this session. This has been fantastic. I've just noticed in the Q&A there's been a question from somebody asking about our product roadmap for mobile. So some of you may well have joined the session today using your mobile devices. Okay, so we support the mobile browsers on Android and iOS devices. And then we also have some mobile apps in the App Store there for Android and iOS as well. So you can search for Engagely in the App Stores and the Play Store, and you'll be able to find the apps to download there. Generally, though, we would encourage learners, if possible, try and log on using a laptop or a PC somewhere, get the big screen experience, be able to access all the communication tools at the same time. But hopefully you've been able to experience this today. If anybody else has any other questions, please feel free to press the raise hand button at the bottom of your screen.
I guess the other thing is Julie and I are happy we're easily looked up, we're easily Googled, and we're happy to talk to anybody collaboratively, do any of those sorts of things. And we have had an excellent experience using Engagely with our students in a university setting.
And if anybody wants to experience Engagely some more, you can go to our website, engagely.com. There's a try now button there. That's going to give you an immersive product experience where you come into the classroom, you learn what it's like to be an instructor, to sit in the seat where Julie and Lisa are right now, try out all the different features to manage the classrooms. We've got another question in the Q&A here. Have you had any difficulties teaching the UX to older learners? Now, I've spent a lot of time onboarding new users to the platform. I don't think there's a huge disparity between the age of learners and how quickly people get used to the product. We have high school age students using the product right now, and we have obviously older people through higher education, through corporate education, and through events like today as well. Generally, we see it's quite a quick and easy product to onboard, to get set up in, and usually learning by doing as well works really well. So this is why we love events like this, where we can try out the different features and people get to try things in a hands-on way.
I wondered, Sam, if we were examples of older learners, Julie and I. But maybe we look younger. Maybe that's another thing. Maybe Engagely helps the instructor to look as old as we actually are.
Going on there, yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, how do you find it from your point of view? Because you've used it for a while as well, Julian and Lisa. Looking at the products evolved during the time that you've used it. How have you found?
Look, technology is not ageist. Technology is all about mindset. So we have some of the excellent academics working with us with Engagely are a little older and some are a little younger. And it just depends on willingness and capacity to develop a mindset. And I think that goes for any educational technology tool, basically. They have our full support, of course.
And we have a
Okay,
lot of mature age students, so we don't have any problem with older students.
Anne says they've run out of time, and thank you very much. Thanks, Anne and everybody. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah. Thank you. Goodbye.